the wreck we're going to, people. We left early this morning. James is leaving today, but I suggested we go do the wreck on his way. So I've been motoring for a couple of hours. Yeah, I know, people, the wind's only just come in, but it's dead on the nose. But I was just going to jack in this reef, get behind the island, and then hopefully we're going to have, I don't know, 8 or 9 people scrambling over the wreck. So it could be quite fun. We've got that behind us, racing towards us. So that'll make it a little bit interesting. It's all good. Don't you worry now. Danger is my middle name. Oh, no, wait, it's Adrian. James is over there somewhere. Looks like he's gonna get done. I'm just getting through the reef now, so that was good timing. I hope he doesn't change his mind. I mean, this is only gonna last like half an hour, so. I mean, it'll be fine afterwards, people. Wow, that's really moving. It's probably doing 30 knots. I'm not gonna have time to anchor in the anchorage. I'm just gonna go behind the island. Because I don't want to go through the narrow channel when that hits. This little motor's not the most effective. I'm just going to run the boat the other way, drop the anchor, even though the wind's the opposite direction, because I just want to set it for this. So here we go. Hopefully it'll all be good. Gee, it's really moving. Bloody great. I love nature. Just got to drop it because drop it now because it drops right off. Let's do it. Yes, it just drops off over there. All right, we just made it. I just got a call from James. He's dead duck right in the middle out there. His motor died. I can't even go help him because, well, I can barely power this boat with my motor in anything 20 knots, let alone have a heavy 22-ton boat behind me. That's a big tender, people. So I'm gonna have to wait and maybe I'll tow him in later. But he's out there. I mean, what's the luck? Anyway, we're all safe and good. Doesn't actually look too bad at all. I don't think it'll get above 20. Should be right.
On this Perkins is like a big box, and then it has a 1-inch piece of pipe welded to it.
Yeah.
And that pipe is what my exhaust salt water goes into.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's sheared right out that elbow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm thinking JB Weld will fix it, but it's going to take probably 6 or 7 hours. I don't want to try to come into Chichime without an engine.
Okay, well, where are you going to go?
Thinking back towards the window, man.
Okay, Jesus. All right, well, you got to do what you got to do. I think after this squall, it's probably still going to be westerly. It's going to be a long slog, man. But you know your business.
I know it's going to be a shit sail, but I'm probably not going to be there until midnight. Actually, let me see if I can jury rig it to go in there with like a different piece of hose. Maybe I have. Let me see. I'll call you back on 7-2, okay?
Yeah, hold it for a sec. Hold it for a sec. As soon as this squall goes, I can come out and tow you in with this boat. It's just that if there's any appreciable wind, I can't do anything because I can barely move my own boat.
Let me see if I can jury rig something.
All right. Well, I'm standing by. I'm happy to come out. Just let me know. Well, there goes the climbing of the wreck. Bugger. Well, these things happen, people. This is what happens when you're married to the sea. It never goes quite the way you want it. But this is 15 knots, if that, so this is easy. Now we'll see if the wind's not that strong after, I can go out and get him and I'll tow him in and bring him in here. So, alright, standing back. This is a practical exercise, people. Especially, I don't have any pressure on me. I'm safely anchored behind a reef, even though this little sail, which is a doddle, people, it's not even 15 knots, it's going through. So let's see if we can think clearly and get out of it. So he can't run his motor because he's obviously leaking huge amounts of water into the bilge. Okay, so I can't tow him in strong wind, even 15 knots like this, or maybe it's only 12 knots. I can't do that. So we have to wait till this passes, just check around the horizon, see if there's anything else, because it's going to take me a long time to tow him. We'll be doing like I was doing 3 knots getting here, so I'm going to be doing 1, right? I say the best thing is not to attempt to go to the 50 miles, because 50 miles without a motor, if one of these squalls does something and it drops the wind, you get thrown on the reef, because you actually have to run past a, well, substantial shallow area, a scuba bus bank I think it's called. So I wouldn't do that personally. If he's close to this anchorage, I reckon I should tow him in, or his dinghy, because he's got a 15 horsepower dinghy. Bring it in here. We try, and he thinks he can use that epoxy weld stuff on the elbow. I don't actually think that's going to work myself, but maybe we can think of something else. I do have a, this is a Perkins, I've got an elbow, a spare elbow, thanks to one of my fans, and but I doubt if it will fit the Perkins. He's probably got, he's 80 horsepower, it's going to be big. Mine's only like little. So I reckon it's best to get in behind here, and then we put all our minds to it and try and work it out, rather than trying to attempt going 50 miles, having squalls hit you possibly along the way, and only relying on sail, especially when you're so close to shore. Anyway, that's my 2 cents worth, people. While I'm standing by, this will be a first. Sailing into freedom saves someone, tows them in to anchorage. Oh, that's going to be a bitter pill for James on Zingaro. Just what? No, he's not like that. All these things happen to all people. You could have a brand new boat and something goes wrong, and you might need help. So anyway, I'm standing by, James. I'm standing by. Oh, 72, shit. I mean, I sort of wasn't standing by, but now I am. I forgot to turn on the GoPro whilst I was talking to James, so we just got in contact again. He's going to sail all the way back. I hope this northerly comes, because he's heading dead west. I hope this northerly stays with him, because I suspect after this little cell's moved over, it's going to go west again. So then he's going to have to tack, and then he's got the current of 1.5, 2 knots against him. So when he tacks, he could very well be just going backwards and forwards. I shouldn't laugh. I've done that a lot, but it's sort of funny when you don't go anywhere. Anyway, I said for him, I offered to tow him, but he wants to keep going. And yeah, there's breeze, so, and I suppose if he gets close, he could ring and get some launcher to come out and tow him in. So no wreck diving today. That's a big disappointment. I was so looking forward to it. I've got everything charged. We had so many people. It would have been awesome. Well, I guess you ought to be used to it on my blog. Although something didn't break on my boat for once, broke on someone else's, much nicer boat. Now I've got to sail back to Sailing Sophisticated Lady. That's another back for 3 hours. My goodness. Otherwise it's just going to be me content again, and we can't have that, people. You probably go, oh Jesus, when's this guy going to hurry up and die and just leave the content with someone else? Don't be like that, people. It's a bit harsh. I'm trying my best. All right, I'm getting things happening. That. I wonder if James is it's a westerly, so he's fighting both the current. I don't know how he's going to be going. I mean, my radio, I can't get in contact with him, so I hope he's okay. That's going to be a real slog. Anyway, I was going to hang out here, but I'm going to have to duck into Chichime, because the wind is getting me beam onto the swell coming from the bay over there, so it's just a pain in the bum. I'm trying to upload a video for patrons, well, actually 2 videos. So there'll be lots of Patreon videos coming, people. Well, they've probably already come. But that was a nice sunset. We just got to go up here and go on the channel, so it's all good. But I hope James is okay. I promised Sailing Sophisticated Lady to have a fish bite for them today, but they've actually moved from the previous anchorage and have gone somewhere else. So I will have to get them a fish another day. All right, well, good night, people. I just got a message from James. He's almost into Lytton Bay, so that's some good news. I got some wind, people. I'm sailing back to Sailing Sophisticated Lady. We'll add some unsophisticatedness to the you know, the mix. You know, average it out. So should be good wind. So I'm going to try and sail past the wreck that we were going to go climb. But I'm surprised. It was absolutely, well, it was a storm last night and there was heaps of wind, but this morning it was nothing. So let's use it. Cleanliness is next to godliness, people, but only in a very cheap dictionary. Grab 3 bunches, chuck it in. 3 bunches, chuck it in. That way, and if it falls out, you've got to redo it. You can't just pile it back in. My mate Simon taught me that when we went canyoning for the first time. He gave me a dirty great big bag hanging off the back. Never abseiled before. This massive cliff over waterfalls. And he goes, "You'll be grand." And that's how we loaded the rope. 3 bunches down, and we never had a drama. So it was a very difficult thing to walk over that ledge, people, you know, backwards, far out. That used all my pluckiness. I must admit, I think I was a bit of a pussy. But anyway, I got down, it was all good. I mean, Simon had to push me. Nah, he didn't. But I was certainly thinking about it. I mean, not getting pushed, but oh, this is not good. Anyway, and then there was 6 more pitches. It was awesome. It's in the Grand Canyon, Blue Mountain. No, sorry, not in the Grand Canyon. In the Blue Mountains in Sydney, behind Sydney. It was really good. Simon, hope you're watching. It's gonna be grand. We've got the Genoa up now. We're flying along. Bye-bye, wreck. Would have been fun, but maybe another time. I'm only in about 7 meters of water and I can't go closer because I've swum around it. And I don't want to lose another boat, people. But what an awesome day sailing. Bloody great. I hope we have a couple of squalls. That'll make it interesting. All right, let's pay attention. Okay, so I made a bit of a mistake. As you can see, we're only doing probably 3 or 4 knots. I only put in first reef. I put in first reef because I thought we were going to get hit by some more squalls later on. I mean, we probably will. The wind was getting stronger before because it was getting sucked into this development. As this warm, moist air is going over and it hits the mountains, it's sucking in more. And so we had that wind, that little cell is gone and now it's dying. Hopefully there'll be something behind here, but I think it's shot its load last night and this is just the remnants. So, I mean, at least we got some wind, but still, I really should shake that reef out and have a bit more main. We'll just see, just wait for a moment, because it's good to relax. Look, it's just me, so I don't really need to hurry. I've got 12 hours to do a 3-hour sail. So I'm in no hurry, so it doesn't really matter. It's just that the boat will be a bit more balanced. Yeah, we might do that. Gotta go see Rick. I promised him a fish. And a promise is a promise, people. Don't want to be known as the person that breaks promises. Anyway, bye-bye Chichime. See you next time. I don't like coming to Chichime. There's too many people, and the anchorage I don't think is that great. But I was only here for James. Well, that was a failed attempt at sailing. Look at it. Wind died to nothing. It was crazy. So I stopped in the first island. This is about a fifth of the journey just to get to Sailing Sophisticated Lady. Obviously they'll have to deal without my unsophisticatedness for another day, because it's going to take me forever to motor. So, alright, just going to, there's a bit of a sandbank here. So this is Far West Hollandaise. We've got to go get a fish for Maddie. That's Captain Rick Moore's better half. Maybe better 2/3. Well, she is bigger because she's got a baby. She's with child. Maybe even like 75%. I'm not saying she's fat, people. I'm just saying that, you know, better half. Lots of goodness. Lots of concentrated goodness. But no black hole there, people. No black hole of concentrated goodness. Just concentrated goodness. I've got to go. Shit. Jesus. But I wasn't in the right spot. If a strong wind came from behind, it would have pushed me onto the reef. That's what happens when I'm talking. I botched it up, people. I was too far left. There was a bommy right in front of me. I just dropped the anchor in time and it stopped, but there's not enough chain out. So just in case a culo de pollo or Sassowy strong gusty wind comes whilst I'm out fishing, I'll put it in a better spot. Of course, I'm setting the anchor for the culo de pollo because that's the strongest wind. So I'm actually going to use the boat's momentum to bed the anchor and lay out the chain in the right direction. So I'm now heading roughly south-southeast, got a hook round. That's what I do. I mean, I don't know what other people do. It just makes sense to me because, I mean, the strongest nor'easterly we get is like 20 knots. And usually it's not even enough to pull the chain straight. So the anchor still hasn't even turned. Oh, here comes the drug boys. I can see there's a drug boat, the Panamanian drug boat's out. There's a chopper coming. Might be a drug bust. Alright, let's try and get this right. Chain's already down a bit. Anchor's already down a bit. Now I'm just reversing back to see if we get stopped by the bommy right there. Doesn't look like it. Oh no, there we go. It's probably a bit close. I'll bring in 5 meters. It's only shallow here. All right, let's go get some fish. The depth sounder that doesn't require batteries is working, and it tells me that this is a good spot, people. Whoa! Well, that's fish for dinner. Now to go find Captain Rick and Sailing Sophisticated Lady to share with. But that is next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell thingy. See you soon on Sailing into Sailing Sophisticated Lady! Freedom!